Words of condolence continue to stream in following the death of AmaMpondo King Zanozuko Sigcau, who passed away yesterday. At the time of his death, he was receiving medical treatment in hospital. Sigcau was recognized as the AmaMpondo King in 2018 after a lengthy court dispute in which his recognition by former President Jacob Zuma after the Nhlapo Commission finding in 2010 was challenged by the late Mpondombini Sigcau. Contralesa's provincial chairperson says the king was in ICU for a week, but they were hoping he'd make it.
We are in Mthatha in the Eastern Cape. We woke up to the news of the passing of AmaMpondo Sigcau King Zanozuko Sigcau, who we are told that he passed away yesterday afternoon. And you will remember that Ukumkani was confirmed as the king in 2018. He was still awaiting coronation. You will also remember that this sad news comes at the heels of the passing of AmaXhosa King Zwelonke Sigcau, who also passed away in 2019 in November. But with me right now, who's going to be telling us more about this passing of Ukumkani Zanozuko Sigcau is Inkosi Yamabhala Aseqaukeni okanye AmaMpondweni, the chairperson of Contralesa in the Eastern Cape, Nkosi Muelo Nonkonyana. Chief, thank you very much for your time. The sad news, you must be sad because you are still mourning the passing of Ukumkani Zwelonke Sigcau, and now this sad news.
Indeed, we are mourning not only His Majesty King Sigcau, but also the Queen Sandile. And indeed, we received this sad news last night, and we felt very, very sad. Nearly because we were aware that His Majesty was sickly, although he was walking around, and but we only learned only last week that he was in the ICU, and we were hoping that the God Almighty and our ancestors would actually spare his life, precisely because he has died at a young age, and he is following the footsteps of his late father, Mpondombini Sigcau, who, like him, also died at his prime age, whilst we were waiting. And he, as you have correctly pointed out, was instrumental in claiming back the kingship to the house of Mandlonke Nhlapo. And AmaMpondo and the royal family were hoping that he was going to really resuscitate that royal household. And now he has passed on. I'm definitely sure that they are devastated as the royal family. And we, AmaMpondo and the entire nation, we are also devastated. And nevertheless, we are conveying our sincere condolences to the royal family, particularly his mother, who is also sickly because of old age, and the children and the family and the friends, and we hope that they will be comforted, because we intend to really be with them during this sad moment, with a view to harangue our own government to really grant him a dignified funeral he deserves.
You're saying, Chief, that he was sick he was in ICU. What was the problem?
His Majesty has been sick for quite some time. We could see him not being well. Precisely what it is, I think the royal family will be able to be precise in that regard, but we could see that no, he was sickly, and although he was sickly, he was strong, going around, attending certain ceremonies, and we only learned just last week that he was in ICU. And as AmaMpondo and also traditional leaders, in terms of our culture and custom, we were intending to visit him, and little did we know that we would be late even to visit him in hospital. Hence, we are devastated.
As a traditional leader yourself, having worked with traditional leaders, how would you describe the late king?
Oh, he was very young. I know myself and his mother, who was a widow, worked very, very hard to make sure that he is educated. And he then was one of the people that was taking the legal profession. And when he then claimed the kingship and succeeded, and I'm sure the mother and everybody else at AmaMpondo were of the view that the house of the late king, who also passed on at a very young age in mysterious circumstances. Nhlapo's household would be resuscitated, but this is what actually happened, passed on. But the other sore point, which I need to disclose as an elderly traditional leader, is that that kingship claim is still on in court as we speak. And although he was confirmed, but the other house of Sigcau is also in court doing that. We were hoping that at the end they would be united, because we can ill afford a divided royal family, particularly the kingship, and because we all look upon them. But nevertheless, it has happened. I think it is now incumbent upon all of us, the traditional leaders, senior traditional leaders in the area, together with AmaFagu and all those people who are passionate about the institution of traditional leadership, to sit down and now, of course, to organize the funeral. And immediately after the funeral, to sit down and really try and reconcile that divided royal family, with a view that at the end, AmaMpondo are united. At the end, AmaMpondo take their rightful place.
Thank you very much. That is Inkosi Amabala AmaMpondweni, the chairperson of Contralesa in the Eastern Cape, Chief Mwelo Nonkonyana, expressing his deep, sincere condolences to the family of King Zanozuko Sigcau, who passed away yesterday afternoon. We are told as well that the family will be sitting, holding a meeting in the afternoon. We will keep you posted as to what the family will be saying at the meeting. Back to you in studio.
The defense